Hey, what is going on everybody? Ninja here, and today we're back at it again with another video. Now today's video is going to be talking about One Piece. Now before we start the video, I want to say really quick, this anime, I've just been consistently watching it for these past few days. I wasn't really gonna give it a shot after hearing about it so much. It was too long, I didn't really want to get in the way of things. I was watching so many other things, I didn't want to just go waste my time and just watch a 700 episode thing, 800 chapters, it's ridiculous. But then after a while, after hearing recommendations from all these friends and stuff like that, I'd say, you know what, I'm going to give this another chance because I did try it out before and it didn't work out. I give this thing another chance and I gotta say I'm hooked on this. I really am excited about this anime, you know? And I will most definitely want to cover some videos about it. And this first video is going to be talking about like the first major arc of One Piece so far, and probably my first favorite saga out of this whole thing. And it's going to be the Arlong Park arc. Now the previous One Piece sagas are they're like mini sagas that just kind of introduce the characters, give everyone a little bit of adventure, but this is the first one where stuff really starts to go down, and we get to see some more in-depth story stuff, some more fight scenes, a villain really compelling and everything like that. And now that we kind of have our crew set in stone, and we at least have a good idea to how we know about it for like the first main part of the crew, and are in East Blue, we can get straight into the climax of this. And this arc is where One Piece really starts to step up, and where it really begins to start getting exciting. And I think a good reason why this arc is so popular is due to the fact that there's so many great moments in this arc. A lot of them add more to the characters, a lot of them add more to the story, and a lot of them add more to some people we've never even seen before, and it's so intriguing to watch. And that's what this video is for. The best Arlong Park moments from One Piece. An Arlong Park moment that really stands out is when Luffy defeats Arlong, finally. After the collapse of the tower where Luffy and Arlong were facing off, and things were getting really tense with the sky dark and everything like that, everything is in silence. Everyone is in shock. Everyone's like, whoa, what just happened? Everyone's like battle damage and everything, watching a tower just collapse. There's a really low chance that Arlong survived that. And everyone's excited about that, but they're also worried the fact that Luffy may not have survived that, because that tower drop was very fatal. And as people are beginning to feel a little bit of doubt, we see a red shirt, black-haired Straw Hat come out in exhaustion, looking down and standing still, panting. Everyone's relieved but confused until this man says one phrase.
Nami, you'll always be my friend!
Nami tears up, knowing how Luffy really does care for her and everyone else. This shows Luffy's commitment to his friends no matter what, and that the fact that the big threat has just been taken down. And these powerful 6 words really are knowing he'll always be on her and everyone else's side as far as the crew goes, and how attached each one is to each other. My next favorite One Piece Arlong Park moment has to be the Straw Hats versus Arlong crew. Now this right here is kind of just one big cluster with a bunch of little moments inside, but I'm gonna feature all as one because they're all kind of take place at the same time and stuff, so yeah. With the belief that Luffy is dead, the Straw Hat Pirates have to do everything in their power to stop the worst man in the East Blue and all his henchmen. They have to protect the village at all costs. And not only that, they have to protect the whole East Blue as a whole, so the stakes are really high on this and really intense. These fights show that it's going to be very tough. They're still somewhat standing a chance, but it's going to be hard for them to hold their own. Zoro is dueling with Hachan, a 6-sword style fighter, fighting with a 3-sword style fighter, which makes her a very interesting and even and similar fight that shows the skill of both. The choreography on this is fantastic, if I may add. We get to see Usopp gain some backbone and use the Molotovs to the advantage and get some shine against them and just go all in. He's finally gaining some courage to actually face off once and for all, and this really does add to his cowardly character. Sanji gets some shine by rocking those kicks right into Kurobo's body and just wrecking his face. Zoro and Sanji charge into Arlong, only to be bodied unfortunately though. However, we found out that Luffy is alive after all. Zoro has to do the best he can to distract Arlong and hold everything off. This distraction not only helps out with stalling until Luffy comes, but also shows how freaking durable this man is. Arlong rips off the bandages from him, destroying Zoro, and just this man is still somewhat holding his own, laughing and everything like that. It really does show how much teamwork the Straw Hats put in, and how ruthless Arlong really is. What a great collection of moments. Number 2 is probably the saddest and most compelling one on this list, Nami's backstory. This nearly 2-episode backstory portrays Nami as a younger girl and her past. Earlier it was revealed that Nojiko was Nami's sister, but they didn't seem to have much of an interaction. A fair portion of it just see her as an annoying lady that Luffy recruited, and just seeing her like stab just freaking Usopp like that and stuff, come on! We got a really bad impression of Nami from there. But it's kind of interesting that we see just that right before we see the whole story of Nami. In the flashback, our perspective completely changes as we see her adopted by a woman by the name of Bellamere, who really does treat her, Nojiko, an also adopted sister, like a family, considering the fact that none of them are related by blood, but they're all related by heart. She took the two in as young girls and raised them, just like a mother would. Her story is so realistic, with the childlike arguments, the way she acts, and everything. Her passion for drawing maps is revealed in this, which is why she wanted to become a navigator so much. This really does add more to Nami's character, and it's interesting to see how early on this really does show. Everything remains well until they have that little argument where Nami complains, like any child would, about, we're not related or anything like that, you're not my real mother. She begins to feel grief, Bellamere, and it really does hurt that after that, Arlong just comes in and just threatens the village with everything and completely wrecks everyone, just ruins Nami's life from there. Nami sees her brave mother get murdered right in front of her to save everyone else, which can really traumatize anyone, let alone a 10-year-old. Nami's essentially imprisoned and kidnapped to become support for Arlong. Yes, the man who just murdered your mother right in front of you and separated you from your sister is now forcing you to work for him. We find out she carries this out to protect it all, and this backstory is more touching than anything. After this, we all gain some newfound respect towards Nami. Now, I've mentioned some great moments in this list, but so far this has to be the best one that I've seen in all of Arlong Park. It has to be the walk to Arlong Park and Nami's self-stabbing and regret. God, I love this moment, it's so powerful. As Nami stabs herself in frustration of Arlong, screaming his name in fear, in anger, in frustration, in sadness. We see her lose her sanity, and the tears dripping down her face aren't just all those emotions. They're all mixed, all put together, she's losing it all. That is, until Luffy puts his hand on her shoulder. Earlier we saw Luffy not wanting to give a straw hat to anyone else because of the fact that how close he was to Shanks and everything else. But this time he actually gives it to Nami, without saying much. He looks at his crew, not saying a single word, and by the way, this is a recurring phrase, which I think this is a reason why this scene is so powerful. Very few words are used in this, yet you know stuff is about to go down. They know exactly what they're doing and everything like that. Luffy looks at his straw hats like they're about to go right now. Without even saying a word, they all walk simultaneously toward Arlong Park. Dang, the overtaken theme playing in the background just fits so well. The dun 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 dun. It really does show that stuff is about to go down and how Luffy is about to get revenge on Arlong for what he did to Nami. We see them passing through everything, ready to go, initiate everything. And once we get there, we hear Luffy say a few words.
Now, which one of you is Arlong?
And thus the episode ends, foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the next few episodes. That stuff is really about to go down. The episode just ends on a cliffhanger like that. Everything about this scene flows so well, and some people even say that after this scene, this is where One Piece really begins. And I somewhat agree, I somewhat disagree to an extent, but I can totally see where they come from, and man oh man, there's no denying this is where stuff gets down. So guys, that's just been my collection of some of my favorite moments from the One Piece Arlong Park arc. Again guys, I really want to make some more One Piece videos, so hopefully, but if you guys want to as well, remember to share the video, like, I want to hear everyone's input in the comments down below and what they think of this whole thing. And who knows, maybe on the next video I might bring along a guest to pretty much discuss, so you guys can get two people's input on their favorite moments. But anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. Ninja out. Peace everybody.